Soichiro Yagami. Soichiro Yagami is Light Yagami's father and one of the most respected members of the police force in Death Note. He's a man who believes in doing the right thing, no matter the cost. Soichiro is dedicated to his job as the head of the Kira investigation, constantly putting his life on the line to catch the mysterious killer. What makes his role even more tragic is that he has no idea that Kira is actually his own son. Despite how intense the investigation gets, Soichiro always trusts Light. He believes his son is a good person and defends him, even when others suspect Light might be Kira. This trust is both his strength and his downfall. Soichiro's sense of justice drives him to join the secret task force created to stop Kira, working closely with L and other detectives. His commitment is unshakable, even though the investigation wears him down physically and mentally. In one of the most emotional parts of the story, Soichiro sacrifices himself during a mission, all while believing in his son's innocence. His death is heartbreaking, showing the love of a father who stood by his family until the very end, unaware of the truth. Teru Mikami. Teru Mikami is an intense and fanatical character in Death Note. A devoted follower of Kira's ideology, Mikami firmly believes in eradicating evil from the world and views Kira as a god. From a young age, Mikami had a deep sense of justice. He saw the world as black and white, those who were good and those who deserved punishment. This rigid mindset grew stronger as he faced bullying and witnessed injustice, making him believe that the strong should stand up against evil at any cost. When Light Yagami selects Mikami to be his proxy for Kira's work, Mikami accepts the role with unwavering devotion. Light saw Mikami as the perfect tool for carrying out his will because of his zealous nature. Mikami quickly becomes obsessed with his new role, and his fanaticism for Kira's cause only deepens. He refers to Light as God and takes immense pride in executing those he deems unworthy to live, using the Death Note without hesitation. Mikami's methodical and disciplined approach to being Kira's hand makes him a dangerous and effective tool for Light. However, his obsession also leads to his downfall. His blind faith and rigid adherence to what he believes Kira would want make him predictable, and ultimately, he becomes a pawn in Nier's plan to expose Kira. In the end, Mikami's faith in Kira is shattered when Light is exposed as a mortal and not the god he believed in. Kyosuke Higuchi. Kyosuke Higuchi is one of the more ruthless and self-serving characters in Death Note. He's introduced as a member of the powerful Yotsuba Group, a group of corporate executives using the Death Note for their own benefit. Higuchi is far from being a mastermind like Light Yagami. Instead, he's driven by greed and ambition. Once he gets his hands on the Death Note, his primary goal is to use it for personal gain, especially to boost his career and eliminate business rivals. This makes him different from Kira's original mission of creating a utopia by killing criminals. Higuchi cares only about power. Higuchi's involvement with the Death Note comes about through a twisted turn of events. After the Death Note falls into the Yotsuba Group's hands, the group decides to use its power for their corporate advantage, and Higuchi becomes the one chosen to hold the Death Note. Unlike Light, who carefully calculated his every move, Higuchi uses the Death Note recklessly and without much thought. His actions cause chaos as he kills off anyone standing in his way, showing no concern for the morality of his decisions. Rem. Rem is one of the Shinigami in Death Note, and she stands out from the others due to her deep connection to the human world, particularly with Misa Amani. Unlike Ryuk, who is more indifferent and simply enjoys watching the chaos unfold, Rem is driven by a strong sense of loyalty and even affection. This makes her character unique among the Shinigami, who are typically portrayed as apathetic towards human lives. Rem's introduction comes when Misa acquires a Death Note. The Death Note originally belonged to a Shinigami named Gelis, who gave up his life to save Misa. After Gelis' death, Rem takes possession of the Death Note and feels a sense of responsibility towards Misa, vowing to protect her. This relationship between Rem and Misa becomes central to Rem's character development. Unlike most Shinigami, who extend human lives just for their amusement, Rem genuinely cares for Misa's well-being. Rem's personality is calm but protective. She sees Misa almost like a daughter and is willing to go to extreme lengths to ensure her safety. This contrasts heavily with Light Yagami, who manipulates everyone around him to achieve his goals. Rem recognizes Light's cunning nature early on and is highly suspicious of him. However, her loyalty to Misa binds her to his schemes, as she knows that Misa's survival depends on playing along with Light's dangerous plans. Ryuk. Ryuk is the mischievous Shinigami who starts everything in Death Note by dropping his Death Note into the human world. Unlike other Shinigami who are more detached and disinterested, Ryuk is bored with the monotonous life of a Shinigami and craves excitement. So he decides to shake things up by letting a human, Light Yagami, find his Death Note. Ryuk isn't motivated by a desire to see humans suffer or control the world. He simply wants to be entertained. From the moment Light picks up the Death Note, Ryuk follows him like a shadow. He explains the rules of the Death Note, but keeps his distance from any emotional involvement. Ryuk enjoys watching Light's brilliant schemes unfold, occasionally dropping cryptic comments or teasing him, but never really helping him. He always reminds Light that he's not on anyone's side, and at the end of the day, he's only there because he finds Light's actions amusing. One of the unique aspects of Ryuk's character is how he doesn't show any loyalty to Light, despite being with him throughout the entire series. Ryuk makes it clear from the beginning that when Light's time is up, he'll be the one to write Light's name in the Death Note. In the end, Ryuk stays true to his word, coldly watching as Light's downfall unfolds. Without hesitation, he writes Light's name and ends his life, bringing the story full circle. Misa Amane. Misa Amane is a famous model and actress with a bubbly personality, but underneath her cheerful exterior, she's deeply loyal and obsessed with Light Yagami. Misa becomes the second Kira after obtaining a Death Note from the Shinigami Rem. Unlike Light, whose ambition drives him to reshape the world, Misa's only goal is to support Light and be loved by him. Her devotion is so intense that she's willing to sacrifice anything, including her own safety, for Light's approval. Misa's tragic backstory is a major reason for her obsession with Kira. Her parents were murdered in front of her, and the criminal responsible was never brought to justice until Kira arrived. When Kira killed her parents' murderer, Misa saw him as her savior and became deeply attached to his cause, even though she didn't know his identity at the time. This gratitude turned into admiration, and later, love when she discovers that Light is Kira. Misa's Death Note comes with an extra power, the Shinigami Eyes. She makes a deal with Rem to have her lifespan in exchange for the ability to see people's names and lifespans by looking at their faces. This allows her to help Light in his mission without needing to know people's names beforehand, making her an even more valuable asset to Light's plan. However, Misa's blind devotion often leads her to act recklessly, complicating Light's careful strategies. Nier, also known as Nate River, is one of the key characters in Death Note and the successor to L, the world's greatest detective. He is a brilliant young detective with an exceptional ability to analyze and solve complex cases. Nier's calm demeanor and strategic mind make him a formidable opponent for Light Yagami, who is trying to create a new world as Kira. Nier's childhood was spent in a secret organization known as Wami's House, where gifted children were raised to become top detectives. From a young age, Nier displayed extraordinary intelligence and problem-solving skills. When L, the current head of the organization, died, Nier took on the responsibility of continuing his mentor's mission to capture Kira. During the Kira investigation, Nier carefully studies Light and the people around him. He is known for his ability to gather and analyze information from various sources, slowly piecing together the puzzle of Kira's identity. Nier's patience and keen observation lead him to discover crucial evidence that exposes Light as Kira. Watari, whose real name is Quilshwami, is a crucial character in Death Note. He serves as L's loyal assistant and the head of Wami's house, an orphanage for exceptionally talented children who are groomed to become top detectives. Watari is a key figure behind the scenes, helping to manage the logistics and support L in his efforts to capture Kira. Watari is known for his calm and professional demeanor. He provides essential support to L, handling tasks such as organizing information, arranging meetings, and ensuring that everything runs smoothly in their investigation. His role is not just administrative. Watari is also a skilled and resourceful individual who contributes to the overall success of the team. In addition to his work with L, Watari is a father figure to the children at Wami's house. He cares deeply for them and ensures they have the resources and training needed to reach their full potential. His dedication to nurturing young talent is a testament to his character and commitment to justice. Reiji Namikawa is a character in Death Note who plays a significant role in the later part of the series. He is a popular and influential businessman, known for his charisma and success in the corporate world. Reiji is the president of the company, known for his high status and wealth, which he uses to exert considerable influence in various sectors. In the story, Reiji Namikawa is revealed to be the leader of the organization known as the Yotsuba Group. This powerful and secretive group is involved in various illegal activities, including the distribution of the Death Note. The Yotsuba Group becomes a major focus of the investigation into Kira, as they are suspected of using the Death Note to further their own interests. Hideki Hideki Ide is a minor but noteworthy character in Death Note. He is a member of the task force assigned to capture Kira. Ide works alongside other key characters like L and Light Yagami. Hideki Ide is depicted as a diligent and reliable police officer who takes his job seriously. His role is primarily to support the main investigation team, contributing his skills and insights to the effort to catch Kira. He is involved in various discussions and strategies formulated by the task force, although he doesn't have a central role in the story. Ide's interactions with other members of the task force, especially during crucial investigation moments, highlight his dedication and professionalism. He assists in tracking Kira's activities and participates in the intense scrutiny of suspects. While not a major character, Ide's presence underscores the collaborative effort of the task force to solve the Kira case. Tuta Matsuda. Tuta Matsuda is a key character in Death Note, known for his role as a member of the task force investigating Kira. Matsuda is a young and enthusiastic police officer who joins the team led by L. Unlike some of his colleagues, Matsuda is characterized by his earnest and idealistic approach to his job. Initially, Matsuda is eager to prove himself and often finds himself overwhelmed by the complexities of the Kira case. He admires L and is deeply committed to catching Kira, even though he sometimes struggles with the moral and ethical dilemmas presented by the case. Despite his inexperience, Matsuda is a genuine and caring person who wants to make a difference. Throughout the series, Matsuda's character develops as he faces various challenges. He becomes more involved in the operations and decisions of the task force. His growth is evident as he learns to balance his idealism with the harsh realities of the investigation. L is one of the most enigmatic and brilliant characters in Death Note. He is the world-renowned detective who takes on the challenge of catching Kira, the mysterious killer who is using a Death Note to commit murders. L is known for his unconventional appearance and behavior. He often sits in a crouched position and has a very distinct way of thinking and solving problems. Despite his odd habits, L's intelligence and deductive skills are unmatched. He quickly becomes the central figure in the investigation against Kira, using his keen mind to stay one step ahead of the killer. L is highly analytical and rarely shows his emotions, making him a master of deduction and strategy. Throughout the series, L's interactions with Light Yagami, who is secretly Kira, are intense and filled with psychological games. His battle of wits with Light is a core part of the story, showcasing his exceptional detective skills and his relentless pursuit of justice. L's character is deeply memorable for his unique quirks, his exceptional intellect, and his dedication to solving the Kira case, making him one of the most iconic characters in anime. Ray Penber. Ray Penber is a key character in Death Note. He is an FBI agent assigned to investigate Kira, the mysterious killer who is using the Death Note. Ray is known for his dedication and seriousness in his work. Early in the series, Ray is introduced as a part of the task force working to catch Kira. He is diligent and skilled at his job, which makes him an important player in the investigation. However, his life takes a tragic turn when Kira targets him. Using his Death Note, Light Yagami manipulates events to have Ray's name written in the notebook. Ray's story highlights the dangers Kira poses not only to criminals, but also to law enforcement and innocent people. His fate serves as a stark reminder of the Death Note's power and the length to which Light will go to conceal his identity. Despite his tragic end, Ray's role in the series is significant as it showcases the personal cost of Kira's actions on those who are trying to bring him to justice. Naomi Misora, known for her intelligence and strong sense of justice. She is a former FBI agent who becomes deeply involved in the Kira case after her fiancé, Ray Penber, is killed by Kira. Naomi is introduced as a skilled investigator who has retired from the FBI. Her personal connection to the case, due to Ray's death, drives her to seek justice for him. She decides to use her talents to uncover the identity of Kira. Naomi's investigation reveals her sharp mind and determination as she tries to piece together the clues left by Kira. Tragically, Naomi's quest for justice ends in a dramatic turn. She becomes a victim of Kira when Light Yagami, the true identity of Kira, uses the Death Note to ensure her silence. Naomi is tricked into revealing her name, which leads to her death. Holly Lidner, known for her role as an agent working for the task force investigating Kira. She is introduced as an experienced and skilled investigator who is assigned to assist in the Kira case. Holly is initially seen working undercover and gathering information. Her role becomes more significant when she is assigned to work directly with the task force led by L, the world-renowned detective. She is intelligent, resourceful, and determined, traits that make her a valuable asset to the team. Hallie's skills in espionage and investigation play a crucial role in advancing the case against Kira. Despite her competence, Hallie's story takes a dark turn. She becomes a target of Kira's influence and is eventually manipulated into a dangerous situation. Her fate is a tragic example of how deeply Kira's actions affect everyone involved in the investigation. Kiyomi Takada. She starts off as a popular news anchor, known for her charismatic on-screen presence and professional demeanor. Kiyomi's life takes a dramatic turn when she becomes involved with the Kira case. Initially, Kiyomi is introduced as a symbol of success and confidence. However, her life changes when she becomes a key ally to Light Yagami, who is secretly Kira. Light uses her as a pawn in his plan to further his own goals. Kiyomi is deeply influenced by Light's charisma and his vision of a new world order. She becomes one of Kira's public advocates, helping to spread Kira's influence and message. Her relationship with Light evolves into a romantic one, complicating her role in the Kira case. Despite her genuine feelings for Light, Kiyomi's involvement leads her to make dangerous choices. Her actions and decisions are heavily influenced by Light's manipulations. Demigawa. Demigawa is a character in Death Note, known primarily for his role as the leader of the Kira Supporters Organization. Demigawa is a former television producer who becomes a vocal advocate for Kira, the mysterious figure who uses the Death Note to rid the world of criminals. Demigawa initially gains attention as a media personality who capitalizes on Kira's popularity. He uses his position to promote Kira and support his cause, becoming one of Kira's most fervent public supporters. His broadcasts and speeches play a significant role in shaping public opinion about Kira, painting him as a hero who is bringing justice to the world. Despite his outward confidence and bravado, Demigawa is a man driven by self-interest. His main goal is to gain fame and power through his association with Kira. This ambition leads him to take risks and make questionable decisions, often prioritizing his personal gain over ethical considerations. Shuichi Aizawa. Shuichi Aizawa is a character from Death Note, commonly known as Shuichi Aizawa. He is a member of the task force assigned to capture Kira, the mysterious individual who uses the Death Note to eliminate criminals. Aizawa is a dedicated and skilled police officer who takes his job very seriously. He's known for his analytical mind and his ability to stay calm under pressure. As a member of the task force, he plays a crucial role in the investigation against Kira. His sharp instincts and thorough approach make him an essential part of the team. Aizawa's character is marked by his strong sense of justice and his commitment to solving the Kira case, even when the investigation becomes increasingly complex and dangerous. His dedication is evident in the way he tackles the numerous challenges that arise during the investigation. He often struggles with the moral implications of Kira's actions and the impact they have on society, showing his deep concern for justice and ethical conduct. Sayu Yagami. Sayu Yagami is a character from Death Note and is the younger sister of Light Yagami, the protagonist who becomes Kira. Like her family, Sayu is a high school student who is initially unaware of Light's secret activities. Sayu is a cheerful and caring girl who loves her family. Her life takes a dramatic turn when she gets caught up in the chaos surrounding Kira. The investigation into Kira disrupts the Yagami family's normal life, and Sayu becomes a pawn in the struggle between Kira and the task force. Her most significant moment in the series is when the task force kidnaps her as part of an attempt to leverage her as a means to get closer to Kira. This event deeply affects her and her family, adding emotional weight to the story. Her abduction is part of a larger scheme orchestrated by the antagonist to manipulate the Yagami family and gain leverage in the investigation. Light Yagami. Light Yagami is the main character in Death Note. He is a smart high school student who finds a special notebook called the Death Note. This notebook can kill anyone if you write their name in it and think about their face. At first, Light uses the Death Note to get rid of bad people and wants to create a perfect world without crime. Taking on the alias Kira, Light starts his mission to become the ultimate judge, jury, and executioner. His actions attract the attention of law enforcement agencies around the world, especially the world's best detective, L. The battle between Light and L becomes a thrilling game of cat and mouse, with each of them trying to outsmart the other. Light uses his intelligence, charm, and manipulative skills to stay ahead, even managing to infiltrate the police investigation by joining it as the son of the police chief, Soichiro Yagami. As Light gains more power, he loses sight of his original goal of justice, becoming more ruthless and obsessed with maintaining control. His decisions become more morally questionable, and the people around him, including his allies, become mere pawns in his larger game. Though he successfully eliminates L, Light's downfall comes at the hands of Nier L's successor, who eventually exposes him. Light's story is one of a tragic fall, where his genius is corrupted by the power of the Death Note. What begins as a quest for justice turns into a dangerous journey of control, manipulation, and destruction, showing how absolute power can corrupt even the smartest minds.